that you're here with us. We're looking forward to a beautiful ceremony. Our band and chorus and our students have prepared to make this a very memorable night, and we're so excited that everybody could be with us. So we'll get started in just 1 minute. Ready? Good evening, everyone. If we could please rise, and our madrigal singers will lead us in the national anthem, led by Mr. Brett Erlob. Thank you, Mr. Erlob and the Madrigal Singers. That was a beautiful rendition. At this time, we ask the class of 2019 to please be seated. We want to welcome our Board of Education members, Superintendent Kevin Carey, administrative team members, teachers, some of the greatest teachers anywhere here at Westmont High School, our staff, parents, family, and friends to our graduation ceremony for Westmont High School class of 2019. When people do amazing work, I believe they should be recognized. What we've accomplished as a school community is simply incredible, and it's everyone in this auditorium and many others who are not here tonight. The students are front and center on the stage, but alongside of them the whole way have been their teachers, staff, parents, families, and friends, the entire District 201 school community doing a great job supporting this wonderful group of young people. This is a very special class. I've made note of that many times, but as I said, when somebody accomplishes something truly incredible, they need to be recognized for that. The class of 2019 has the fewest number of suspensions on record for Westmont High School. The fewest number of discipline referrals. The best attendance rate that we can find in recent history. If you don't think that matters, we know what employers and colleges are looking for, people who can stand up and be responsible, and that's the class of 2019. They have been incredible citizens in this building. You had to witness it day in, day out, hour after hour, lunch period after lunch period, extracurricular activity after extracurricular activity, all the different events that we've been a part of, and see this class for the last 4 years. They have been outstanding in the way that they conduct themselves. That's a reflection of everybody in this auditorium and this community, and we couldn't be prouder of them. When it comes to academic performance, they are not only one of the most accomplished class in the history of this high school, but I'm going to make an argument, one of the most accomplished academic classes you'll find anywhere. Nationally, the graduation rate averages about 81%, which is the highest in our nation's history, quite frankly. This class had only one student that didn't make it through 4 years and accomplish all credits on time, just one. So once again, a 99% graduation rate. Top 1%. Top 1% in our state and in the country. The graduation rate nationally for African American students is 69%. For Latino students, it's 73% nationwide. Westmont High School has a 100% graduation rate for all of our African American and Latino students 6 years in a row. Yes, we have phenomenal students, but it takes the entire community to get behind the students and the school and the great teachers here and the support staff. It's all of us pulling together to accomplish that. Pretty amazing. The class of 2019 achieved the best standardized test scores in the history of Westmont High School. They outscored other local schools we had no business outperforming. They led our economic sector and have made such an impression that we've had people from all over the state, from different parts of the country, and even as far away as Australia and Japan come to learn what's going on at Westmont High School. And I'll tell you what's going on at Westmont High School. It's amazing students supported by the best staff anywhere and a great community that gets behind everybody. Let's hear it for Westmont High School there. When it comes to advanced placement, which really is pretty much the gold standard in curriculum internationally, these young men and women are the kings and queens of AP. The work they have done, supported by their teachers and the entire school community, has led Westmont High School to be ranked the #1 most inclusive, most challenging, and most improved regular high school in Illinois. Not top 1%, #1. There's a lot of research that talks about grit and resilience and its importance for our young people. I don't know many better ways to demonstrate that than people pulling together and challenging themselves at the highest levels and not backing away from it. All they are asked to do is give their best, and they have done that. U.S. News & World Report College Readiness Score, WHS ranks in the top 3% in Illinois and the country, and when matched head-to-head with the wealthiest schools in Illinois, has a higher college readiness score, despite the fact that these schools have 1/10 the economic poverty that Westmont High School has. The Illinois State Board of Education named WHS an exemplary school, and Westmont High School had the highest percentage of students living in economic poverty to earn this ranking. The list is dominated by selective enrollment schools and the wealthiest schools in the state. But Westmont has set itself aside through hard work, determination, and everybody pulling together. Due to the hard work of our students, the school community, and our amazing staff and teachers, Westmont was named a National Model PLC, one of only 33 in the nation. And I've not even mentioned that many successes in fine arts, athletics, and extracurriculars, and the many service hours that this class has provided. There has not been a more accomplished class in the history of this high school than the class of 2019. I'm confident that based on the data, this may be one of the most accomplished classes in our country. It is a result of all of us pulling together and being a team that makes great things possible. So a tremendous thank you to everybody seated in this auditorium, to our many supporters throughout the community, to our amazing teachers and staff, and especially to the incredible class of 2019. I'm going to leave this class with two final thoughts. I can't believe this. All the times that I've had the privilege to address you, you wonderful young people, I'm going to miss you so much. It's really an incredible journey when you get to be the principal of a school this size, because you interact with the students on almost a daily basis, and you see them constantly in so many different arenas and venues. And you really get to know these young people, and come to admire them and understand some of their struggles. But this class, in addition to be so well accomplished and hardworking and well behaved, if you will, and academically accomplished, they're a very fun and warm group. And I think the thing that distinguishes them most for me is the way that overall they treated each other and set an example for the rest of our school. And we spend the majority of our waking hours in this building every day, and this is, I have people I love, but I love this place and I love all of you, and being here every day is a tremendous experience. And you're on your way, the way you're supposed to be, to leave us and go on to great new things, and I know you'll do that. But I will miss you tremendously. You really have been a joy to work with, and I wish you the very best. My final thought. I hope you have learned all the amazing accomplishments that you've done to this point, and you'll do much, much more. They don't mean very much if we're not compassionate human beings who don't give back to the community and do service for others. That's where you'll find true success. Be the kindest, most giving person you can be. Look out for others, see the best in them. Give back to your community. That's where the true joy comes from and true success comes from in life. And I have no doubt, having spent the last 4 wonderful years with you, that you're going to be amazing at that too. Congratulations to Westmont High School class of 2019. There are so many incredible students of all kinds of different talent levels. Some who went to TCD and were named Westmont Student of the Year, some who are going off in the trades, some who piloted our new water management systems program, some who are going into the arts, all variety of places. But now we're going to recognize the top 10 students in this class, and they are representative of an amazing class overall. So as I call your names, will the top 10 students in the graduating class please rise? Molly Johnson. Anita Vasquez. Matthew O'Leary. Ashley Liljeberg. Benjamin Boxell. Caden Anderson. Andrea Krebers. Benjamin Paget. Catherine Rossel. Kyle Nguyen. Lucy Prado. And Connor Duquette. Congratulations. Thank you. You may be seated. As I said, they are the top of the class, but this entire class has distinguished itself in different ways. At this time, I have the great honor of welcoming our valedictorian to the stage. This student has been incredible in her academic pursuits, in her extracurricular pursuits, and as valedictorian, she has made us very proud. She will be attending Georgia Institute of Technology in the fall and pursue a degree in aerospace engineering. Please welcome Molly Johnson.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Whether you're sitting on stage or sitting in the audience, we are all gathered here today for one thing, to celebrate the amazing class of 2019. This class has truly been iconic. In the words of Mr. Balderman himself, you guys are the best senior class I've ever had. Take that, class of 2018. I must apologize, however, to the juniors in the audience for setting the bar so high. So good luck following in our footsteps next year. Our class is surely one to be remembered, and not just because we hid 1,250 business cards with our names on them around the school. We were the first class Mr. Roach, Mr. Chamberlain, and Mrs. Orbis ever taught at Westmont, and we are the last class to have known the school before the remodel. If you guys remember freshman year, that was when the classrooms had chalkboards for walls. Yeah, those were some dark times, not only because the lighting was all tinted yellow, but also because people kept falling in the wood chips by the commons. Needless to say, this school has changed a lot, but one thing has remained the same, and that is the teachers. The wonderful faculty at Westmont High School is more than just a group of teachers. Our teachers are our mentors, our role models, and our friends. They spend hours upon hours helping us, guiding us, and preparing us for the future. They have taught us everything from algebra to world history to photography to French. But us students have also taught the teachers a few things ourselves. We taught Miss Morose how to use Snapchat. We taught Mr. Landreth the most efficient way to order pizza. And we taught Senora Kaplan how to find the best Kahoot games to play in class. Half of the reason why Westmont is such an outstanding school is because of the teachers. We are sad to see two of the most kind, caring, and passionate teachers retire this year, and that is Mrs. Mose and Mrs. Durbin, after inspiring generations upon generations of students. I pity the grades below us who will never get to experience writing horror stories with Mrs. Mose or typing random digits furiously into Microsoft Excel with Mrs. Durbin. But I wish them both the best as they go. Consider this one last thank you for your commitment to Westmont. We truly appreciate all that you've done for us. The other half of the reason why Westmont is so great is the students. Seniors, I know that you will all go on to become successful young adults, but let's not forget the successes that we've already had. This class is already full of incredibly talented students who deserve recognition. Please stand when you hear your name and then be seated. And audience, if you could please hold your applause for the end. Our musically talented students have had some amazing performances over the past 4 years. The seniors in the Madrigals, Selena Zackham, Jake Torrens, Troy Schlicker, and Katie Schultz won not only one, but 2 grand champions in a row. Jack Armstrong took charge and conducted the band at a halftime show at North Central College. On the academic side of things, the Scholastic Bowl team, including myself and Connor Duquette, went to nationals this year and placed 46th out of 80. The Business Professionals of America, or the BPA team, consisting of Ashley Liljeberg, Katie Rosel, and Luke Gifford, all qualified for nationals in their respective competitions. Last year, the Youth and Gov participants passed 2 bills, and this year, Sebastian Gamboa became the first person in Westmont history to run for the Youth and Gov President of the Senate. At TCD, Sammy Alegria, Jonas Kastrikas, and Jeremy Hall learned how to swap car engines, which is definitely not an easy task. But that's not all. We've had an amazing class of athletes as well. School records were broken, awards were won, and personal goals were achieved. Mickey Robb broke the school's record for most number of soccer goals in one game, and Caden Anderson became the 5th all-time leading scorer in school history for basketball. Matt O'Leary and Alex Murata had gotten over 100 hits in their baseball careers. Jake Torrens, Jose Montano, and Johnny Karish were all wrestling state alternatives. Matt Gadritis placed 24th in the state for cross country, and Whitney Ruiz and Ben Paget were the only seniors to have run cross country all 4 years. Gavin Carr, after breaking numerous other school records, recently placed 7th in state for track and field pole vault. Frankie Fabry qualified for state twice as both a runner for cross country and track. Morgan Fukar, our athlete of the year, qualified for state all 4 years and received 2 MVP awards despite tearing her ACL. And speaking of injuries, Troy Schlicker did break his collarbone this year during football season, but that didn't stop him from playing basketball in the winter and helping the team win its first regional championship in 10 years. Aside from the academics and athletics, many of us had strong individual achievements over the past 4 years as well. Kaylee Hillis conquered her stage fright and had her first solo at Snowball her sophomore year. Emma Bronstetter came out of her shell and traveled to 3 different continents with Mr. Landreth over the past 4 years. Johnny Karish earned the rank of Eagle Scout thanks to hours of dedication and commitment. Vasa Soni volunteered over 200 hours at the Good Samaritan Hospital in 1 year. Haley Rodenberg somehow fit 2.5 years worth of school in the 5 months after her second transplant surgery. Stephanie Tenario, one of our most talented artists and dancers, became fluent in English within the span of a single year. Marianne Liswan raised funds to build the Emily Wheeler Memorial Bench, which is currently sitting outside the school. And Javier Miranda was featured on ABC 7 News for his devotion to following his trade after enrolling in the construction program at TCD. My point is, seniors, we've accomplished a whole lot in our time here at Westmont, and the achievements I mentioned are only a small portion of the things that we've done. If the future is anything like the past, I know that we will all go on to do great things. I stand here in front of a class of accomplished individuals who should be proud of their personal growth here at Westmont. I'm sure by now Mr. Balderman has it drilled in your heads how exemplary the school is, but Westmont truly has shaped us to become the best versions of ourselves. And I congratulate you all for making it this far and wish you luck in the future. That's it. So, that being said, me being me, I stayed up until 1 a.m. trying to think of the right words to say, procrastination being the one thing that I learned here at Westmont. But unfortunately, I reached my limit. But I would like to introduce our salutatorian, Anita Vasquez, to the stage to say a few words of her own.
Thank you, Molly. My name is Anita Vasquez, and I am the fifth and the last child of my family to be graduating from Westmont High School. Westmont is known for being a small school, tiny but very mighty. And because of its size, it allows the teachers to better understand students and their families on a personal level. It's the type of place where teachers remember our older siblings, even if your brother graduated 18 years ago in my case. Being a Sentinel is like being a part of a family, and this sense of family is also a place that allows its students to grow as individuals through sports, academics, and extracurriculars. Our class has had many athletic achievements, as mentioned, along with having some record-breaking seasons and athletes this year. The Super Sentinels were there along the way to cheer on their classmates. Because is it truly a football game without Caden Anderson wearing his overalls? Johnny Carish and Mr. Chamberlain created our Bee Club this year, which later evolved into our Suburban Agriculture Club. Sebastian Gamboa, Johnny Carish, Robbie Burns, Alex Murata, and John Allegretti competed at sectionals for our bass fishing team, with Sebastian Gamboa catching a fish. Our student council representatives Selena Elzachem, Caroline Sullivan, Emily Tafel, and Ben Boxell carefully planned homecoming, snowcoming, and so many more school festivities. And our first ever senior lock-in was made available to many seniors this year thanks to the hard work of Emma Bronstetter, Hannah Macy, Haley Hart, and our student council representatives. Mickey Rabb and Sebastian Gamboa contributed to a comedy sketch at the annual Second City trip with the catchphrase Hungarian Hammer as the centerpiece. Haley Hart and Ben Boxell won Entrepreneurs of the Year this year in Miss Dervin's incubator class. And our grade had 3 successful senior pranks and even got Mr. Balderman to join in on our impromptu concert. Our achievements as a class were made possible not only through our own ambition, but also because we've had the support of our teachers every day. Each student up on this stage is a direct result of the commitment every teacher has to higher learning, even if it's AP tests. I speak for all students when I say, thank you for being our mentors for the past 4 years. Props to Ms. Morose and Mr. Delisle for making a subject like math interesting through their daily roasts of students and their constant bickering back and forth. And even though you made me cry, Mr. Delisle, you're still my best friend. Thank you to Ms. Ritchie for helping us with the SAT and ACT while keeping our spirits high with endless supply of candy. Mr. Chamberlain, I'll miss your optimism and hearing your booming laugh from across the school. And Mrs. Erasmus, thank you for teaching me forensics because now I truly understand just how accurate CSI Miami is. And the last and final warning to Mr. K. Drinking Diet Pepsi, Diet Mountain Dew, and powdery lemonade drinks are not and never will be good for you. Mr. Landreth, you deserve a mountain pose all on your own. But on a serious note, you've taught us to enjoy the moments along the journey instead of just the end result. And after speaking French for 4 years, I'm sure it's hard for Madame to hear me speak English, but I'll be sure to translate after this is over. Je vais parler avec vous après le film. Merci beaucoup, Madame, pour être mon prof de français. And most importantly, thank you to all the parents here tonight. None of us could have done this without your support and patience, and we hope to make you proud in the years to come. And for all the graduates, have faith in yourself, even when others don't. And success does not always mean who has the most money or who is driving the nicest car, but be sure to have fun in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Wow. Beautiful speeches, Molly and Anita. Just beautiful. True leadership, recognizing others, seeing the best in each other, just beautiful leadership in your speeches. I want to mention that Anita Vasquez is going to attend Georgetown University in the fall and to pursue a degree in international politics and policy. Before we hear our wonderful band and choirs perform, I do want to recognize two people who have given so much at such a high quality level to our school community and to our students. First of all, to Ms. Jane Most. Jane, are you here? Could you stand up? "34 years of service. We're so grateful that you spent that time here. And anybody who knows Miss Most, I know some of our parents had her as a teacher too. Just her amazing balance of warmth and kindness with high expectations and knowledge really sets her apart. And we're going to hear this again in a moment, but into her final year of teaching, kept the same level of passion and compassion for our students that would be the envy of any teacher. Thank you, Ms. Most, for all you've done for our students. And Ms. Bridget Durbin. Bridget, could you stand, please? There's not enough time, but let me say 40 years of service to Westmont High School, and innovating until the end, passionate until this semester, compassionate towards our students and her peers, and just an incredible role model for all of us with her enthusiasm, her intelligence, her grace, her hard work, her commitment to Westmont High School. Two amazing teachers who are retiring this year. Thank you and congratulations. We'll hear from our combined choirs led by Mr. Brett Erlob first.
And I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we desire. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however strong, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. A million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Erlob and the combined choirs. That was beautiful. And now Ms. Finnis will lead the symphonic band. Thank you, Ms. Finnis and our symphonic band. And now Mr. Erlob will lead our seniors in the senior farewell.
Don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, they scream in your name. Hope when everybody runs, you choose to stay. Oh, when the moment comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. Owned every second that this world could give. Saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. Dum, 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 dum. Hope that you spend your days. Dum, 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 dum. When that sun goes down, raise your cup. Dum, dum, dum. I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But till my moment comes, I'll say I did it all. I did it all. Owned every second that this world could give. Saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived.
Thank you. Outstanding job to our choir. As our students make it with their way back to the stage, I just want to recognize some people who helped to organize the graduation ceremony and the senior events. Ms. Besma Shamas, Ms. Sonia Vera, and Ms. Jamie Mahmood. Thank you for all the work you put into this event. And I'd like to recognize my administrative team. I get to work with them every day. They are so committed to our young people and supporting our teachers, and I'm very, very fortunate to have such talented educational leaders. Dr. Kevin Weck. Mr. Janu Joseph. And Miss Megan Vervink. I'm going to welcome up Mr. Janu Joseph just a moment before I do. Class of 2019, you know that I love you. You've been amazing, and I'm so proud of your accomplishments, and I can't wait to see how the great things you do in this world. At this time, I want to welcome our assistant principal, Mr. Joseph, to the stand, who will award the diplomas.
Thank you, Mr. Baldwin. Good evening. Before I announce the names, just a quick reminder to please hold all your applause until the last name is called. Molly Suching Johnson. Anita Rebecca Vasquez. Matthew Trace O'Leary. Ashley Louise Liljeberg. Benjamin Flint Boxell. Caden Walter Edward Anderson. Andrea Inika Krebers. Benjamin Lee Paget. Catherine Helen Grace Rosso. Kyle Minha Nguyen. Lucy May Prado. Connor Joseph Duquette. Brandon Chase Abington. Aaron Zachariah Addy. Samuel Allegria. Connor Byron Alessi. Jamaria Nakaya Alexander. John Michael Allegretti. John Kenneth Armstrong. Caitlin Janelle Ashcraft. Halen Christine Balin. Giselle Kareem Barrera. Emma Nicole Bronstetter. Quentin Jalen Brookins. Robert John Burns III. Matthew Allen Camacho. Gavin Thomas Carr. Adam Joseph Catris. Pierre Alexander Cherim. Belle Rose Circo. Diamond Tiana Clay. Zachary Michael Doman. Jake Robert Dooley. Selena George Elzachem. Francesca Rose Fabry. Delaney Margaret Fisher. Morgan Lee Fucar. Sebastian Charles Gamboa. Adrian Louis Garcia. Matthew James Gidritis. Luke David Gifford. Carla Gomez. Leslie Michelle Gonzalez Serrano. Andrew Jacob Graziano. Krista Ann Grisby. Jasmine Patricia Gutierrez. Jeremy Nicholas Hall. Hadi Hamada. Haley Mary McLean Hart. Connor Thomas Hayes. Kaylee Taylor Hillis. Adrian Riley Hubney. Aaron Franklin Ijalu. Jacob Henry Jasinski. Alexis Mari Johnson. Dejiana Amari Lauren Jones. John Michael Allen Karish. Jonas Kastrikas. Ishmael Liros Zran Kone. Catherine Renee Koopman. Timothy Michael Kornick. Sean Jeffrey Kwasny. Colin Leland Larkin. Lillian Elizabeth Lewandowski. Marianne Sophie Liswan. Hannah Rose Macy. Cheryl Grace Malkowski. Bernadette Ann Marbach. Alexander Philip Murata. Melissa Marquez. Julia Anna Maslani. Alexander James Matt. Javier Miranda Jr. Jose Angel Montano. Caitlin Marie Morgan. Crystal Perez. Anne Elizabeth Ponser. Miklos Rob. Christina Ramirez. Haley Brianna Rodenberg. Whitney Rose Ruiz. Maria Nancy Sanchez Jaime. Renee Alonso Sandoval. Troy Mitchell Schlicker. Katie Chang Schultz. Julia Ashley Smith. Vasav Nimeshkumar Soni. Caroline Elizabeth Sullivan. Emily Ruth Tafel. Patrick Jason Taylor. Stephanie Tenoria Zavala. Emily Jasmine Taran. Michael Wilson Thompson. Jacob Daniel Torrens. Marco Ursulescu. Araceli Vargas. Lisette Montserrat Vasquez Romero. Sean Glenn Walsh. Paris Dejanay Ware. Laura Sophie Wegner. Lily Jane Louise Welch. Jaden Davion West. Alexander Vincent Zemgulis.
Westmont High School class of 2019, could you please rise? Please move your tassels from the right to the left-hand side, signifying that you are now graduates of Westmont High School. Let's hear it for Westmont High School class of 2019. teachers, family, and friends, please join us in the comments for refreshments and celebration. Thank you so much for being here tonight.